about to get kicked out.
Babe, get out of the shot.
No, I don't want to fucking putt left-handed. You dumb bitch.
Hey y'all, how you doing? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Bianca, and here on my channel I talk about my weight loss journey, I do commentary, and I also do reviews. So if anything that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead and check out those other videos. And yeah, I am back from my little break. So as y'all can maybe tell, I took a couple weeks off because my brothers were in town, so I just really wanted to enjoy their company. And then, you know, for me anyways, I feel like even though I didn't go anywhere, I still kind of have what you call a staycation. So even though I didn't go anywhere, I had my staycation. But after any type of vacation or any kind of trip, I'm always tired afterwards. It always takes a couple of days for me to re-energize and get back into my routine or whatever. So yeah, so I'm totally wiped out still. I'm still pretty tired. I'm still trying to catch up. But you know, my brothers were in town. It was a Zelaya reunion, y'all.
At the family reunion.
And it was just good for all three of us to be together because all three of us haven't been together in a long time. So when my brothers were in town, I didn't want to vlog that much because I just wanted to, focus my time on them, but I did vlog a little bit. So I'll show you guys that. So for some of y'all that don't know, my younger brother, he lives in Virginia. And so for the week for his spring break, he came here and just spent some time with me, Oscar and my other brother. And my other brother, he's from our hometown, 6 hours from where I live now. So he stopped by the middle of the week just to hang out with all of us. And y'all, when I say we did something every day, we pretty much did something every single day. There was a couple of days where we didn't do anything, but for the most part, we were at least doing something, whether that was just yeah, so we were pretty much doing something every day, which I'm not used to, so that's why I'm totally wiped out. But let me tell you guys a little bit of what we did. So we went to go get ice cream sandwiches from this one place. Delicious. We went to laser tag, we went to Top Golf, we went bowling, we did putt-putt, and we went to Six Flags, we rode go-karts. Y'all, we were trying to have the most fun that we could. And having my brothers around made me realize that I really appreciate my schedule and my routine that I've been able to build. Meaning that, of course, I love having my family around, and I'm so glad we were able to be together, all three of us. But I was on their schedule, so we were going to bed late. And when I mean late, I mean for me, usually I'm in bed between 8:30 and 9:30. So when I'm going to bed 11 or midnight, it gets me really tiresome, especially when the next morning I still wake up at a reasonable time, because I got to do my other responsibilities, clean the house, dishes, laundry, etc., because that stuff don't stop when you got a house, okay? It don't. We had a great time though, and I really do miss them, so I can't wait for all of us to be back together again. So let's go ahead and do my monthly weigh-in, because I know a lot of y'all are ready to see that, and I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. I'm gonna put the screen what I weigh this month, and then I'll put last month's weight on there. And so yeah, not a big deal. I gained about 5 pounds, and I would just like to take a moment real quickly to say that it has taken me a long time for me to finally see the scale as an objective thing. Even last year when I was still really at the peak of my weight loss and really figuring out what was working for me, the scale still kind of affected me a little bit. And I feel like you could tell on my other videos too, where I just stay the same or I gain a pound or two. I was oh, I need to try harder. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying harder, of course, too. But I just feel like I was still even though I was saying oh, it doesn't affect me that much, or it's not that important, it was still kind of important to me. However, though, at the beginning of this year, I really relied less on the weight, meaning it really doesn't affect me. Me seeing that 5 pound gain, I'm just oh, okay, that's cool. I know why that happened. No big deal. I'll just get back on my routine, and it'll be all right. And I know that might seem small to y'all, which maybe it probably is, but to me that's just a really big deal, because I didn't feel upset. I didn't feel oh my gosh, this is what happens when you mess up, but I'm such a failure. I can't, you know, let my guard down even when I'm on a staycation or vacation or when family's around. And you know, like, I didn't have those thoughts. Like, that wasn't my immediate reaction. I just stepped on the scale, I looked at it, I was like, okay, and I wrote it down. And so to me, that really is a big accomplishment.
You did it! Congratulations!
Wow, like, I really didn't have any negative thoughts about this. Like, who would have thought that was possible? I don't know. I always thought I was always gonna have to struggle with that and always work on it. But yeah, it's getting easier and easier day by day. It just takes a little bit of time, that's all. However, though, with that being said, I didn't gain weight just because of nothing, you know what I mean? I didn't gain weight because I was still like doing what I was doing. And I think that's why it was important for me to bring it up and to talk about it. So let me just tell you some of the things that I was doing that I usually don't do. I was eating out pretty much every day. Like, some of my meals, I would still like eat them, make them here and eat them. But pretty much every dinner was eating out. And then some lunches, like I said, were eating out. I was drinking every day. And no, I wasn't drinking excessive amounts. I was doing like 1 or 2 drinks a day. And I think Saturdays when I had like 3 or 4. So, you know, nothing too excessive, but when you're drinking every day, yeah, that's definitely gonna affect you. And it makes sense why I gained weight. So that's why I'm not tripping out about it. It is no big deal. I'm still gonna live my life. For me, it's important for me to share this because I feel like when people are on a weight loss, weight gain, fitness type of journey or whatever journey it is, I feel like people try to do it as fast as they can because they have this certain goal in mind, or they think like, oh, well, I'm on this type of journey, so it has to look like this type of way. And it really doesn't. Like, everyone's just so different that not everything is gonna look the same for everyone, and it just depends on what your goals are too. Because some people's goal is literally just weight loss, but some people's goal, like mine at first, was trying to fix my relationship with food, so that's gonna look different when you have different goals. And I think sometimes people forget that and are just way too hard on themselves. However, and even though I have a goal in mind, that's not gonna stop me from doing things. And I think that's the issue sometimes with people when they're on a journey, is that they make that their only priority. And then even some people will stop doing things just because they want to mess up the results or progress, or, you know, whatever they think they're gonna mess up when they do something different for once, or when they eat something different or do something different that's not really part of the routine. You have to have balance in your life. You have to learn how to, like, you know, juggle and balance things. And 1 week where I don't follow my routine isn't gonna mess me up. It's not gonna mess up my progress. It's not gonna mess up all the hard work that I've done. My brothers were in town. I wanted to enjoy them. We hadn't been together in a long time. So that's why I say weight loss is important to me, but it's not the only thing that's important to me. Being mindful of what you eat, because even though I was on the staycation, I was still mindful. Yes, we were eating out every day, but I was still trying to choose, you know, foods that still made me feel better and that were more nutritionally dense than others. And of course, like I mentioned, I still had like cookies and ice cream. You just gotta mix them all. You gotta mix them all in together. And I'm not saying you have to do this because I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. This is just, I'm saying all this stuff just based off my experience. But it's because I know what it's like to struggle with restrictive eating, and I know what it's like to struggle with overeating. So I feel like I'm finally at a happy medium. Like, no, it's not perfect still, and I still have days where I struggle. So with all this being said, weight gain, weight loss on the journey is gonna happen. No journey is linear. It's always up and down. There's always gonna be struggles. There's always gonna be new obstacles thrown at you. And to be honest with y'all, as I've said, I am still trying to recover from this past week, my brothers being here. So I'm not even gonna lie. I've been so tired that I haven't been able to do my workouts like I have been this week. Like, I've been back on, you know, eating the foods that I've been eating. But for working out, it's just been so tough. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I know when I'm tired when at work, I'm like closing my eyes and it's a struggle to keep them open. So the only thing I've been doing is like going on walks on my lunch break, so which is still something. But I just want to mention that it is normal to feel like really exhausted and tired when you've like been on vacation or went on a trip, or you've had a family in town, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And then eventually I hope to get back on my sleeping schedule, which I have this week. But like I said, I've been trying to catch up from last week, so I'm really tired. When you're on a journey, I don't think your journey should be your It should be important to you, but it shouldn't be the main thing that's important to you. Because if you start just fixating on just, okay, I have to read this goal, I have to read this goal by this certain amount of time, like nothing else, I feel like you might miss out on things. And then you'll look back and be like, wow, like I could have like still enjoyed it and still have reached my goal. Maybe it would have just taken a little longer. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, let me know down in the comments why, and we can have a little talk about it. But please share this video if you did like it though. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it's okay. I understand. I know it takes a while, for someone to subscribe, but go ahead, check out my other videos and you might be surprised about what you see. Again, thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!